Okay, this video is about selecting the pipe power band in relation to the RPM spread from one shift to another. If you look on sheet 3 of the expansion chamber calculator, you scroll down here, you'll find this section right here. And once you enter into the data, it tells you right here what the spread of the RPM is from one shift to another. Of course, some racers mostly just use the higher 3 gears. From the beginning of second gear to the end of second gear is 5,200 RPM. This is from a client I'm helping out, and he sent in this horsepower graph, which agrees with the graph on my expansion chamber calculator. 9250 is right here, and 13,000 is right here, which is what we got here. We got the pre-power band power dip due to the relation between the diffuser angle and the baffle angle, and in this case the lack of a boost bottle to smooth that out. And right here is 13,000. You can see the change in the ratio right here as it accelerates more and it decelerates more. So that's the beginning and the end. So what we're going to do right here, I've got a listing of the RPM spread for each one. The end of first gear to the beginning of to the end of second gear is 5,200. So if you take the very end of this, let's say 14,000 RPM, let's say he shifts right here at the end of first gear, and immediately upon getting into second gear, it's going to go down in RPM. In this case, 5,200. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. So he will be right here. He will be in the middle of that power dip when he starts off in second, which is not good. So he'll have a very slow acceleration till he gets up in this range right here. So either he needs a wider power band from the pipe, mostly due to the length of the baffle cone, or he needs a boost bottle to take care of this dip right here. If I was going to design a pipe, it's a hard question, and I'm not sure 100% of the answer whether or not to design the pipe power band to match the second to the last gear, or to design the pipe power band to match the first RPM spread. With small bore engines, this is a very critical matter. With big bore engines, even if you upshift and you wind up being right here, it's no big deal because you have more power than you need anyway. So I think this topic is of more relevance to people with small bore engines. So probably has to do with your experience riding it. If it's no big deal that shift right there puts you right here and you don't mind that slow acceleration right there, fine, ignore it. If you upshift and you're right here and you're in a race, let's say at the start, and right when you upshift, you're in this low power band and everyone else gets ahead of you right then it is definitely an important matter to you. So it's all relevant, but you need to be aware that this is important. Just a word about boost bottles. This is the boost bottle that I made for my Suzuki 100, and it is made of sheet metal welded together, and the design was according to this program I made to calculate boost bottles, and it worked perfectly. It definitely does get rid of the power dip before the power band. But the thing is, if anyone ever tells you a boost bottle doesn't work, it's because they don't know that it has to be designed specifically for that bike. Yamaha is the first one to make it. Okay, it's called the Yamaha Energy Induction System. And this is my page on the subject. It goes over everything and is essential reading if you want to get into the subject. So anyway, the calculator is a spreadsheet, and right here it allows different lengths of the hose. Right here is the hose diameter. This section right here is if you're using a tube like a plumbing pipe. This is the diameter of it, and this is the length of it. Or if you're going to use a square box like what I did, the length, width, and height. And the result is for the resonant RPM, which is the very middle of that power dip. To match that for non-read is this RPM right here, and for read is this RPM right here. So I highly recommend it if you're going to have a narrow power band and you're going to upshift and wind up in that power dip. One thing I forgot to mention is that when you're designing a pipe, the narrower you can make this power band, the higher the peak power is going to be. And everyone likes peak power. So yeah, it's an important design specification. So yeah, the power band should match the gears. Okay, I guess that's all I have to say on this subject now. If you like my videos, please subscribe. Thank you.